Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. This is Anonymous T. Hope you have an amazing day today. So today we are reacting to some things that were some takeaways of this tell-all interview that Destiny Payton did the other day. And for me, it kind of confirmed a lot of the tea that was spilled, I believe, by Straight No Chaser. Remember over the weekend, you guys, that Straight No Chaser had the exclusive that that Destiny didn't have custody of her child, that she would have to be evicted out of the home like by the end of April. And there were details about what LeBeric did, for a living and everything else, how he was military, how he had the restaurant and everything else, and how he had all these hustles. And so a lot of it, Destiny confirmed. It sounded as though, minus the cheating, but you guys, I still have lots of questions. Because I guess from where I'm from, it's very hard for a mother to lose custody, right? Like, there has to be something that's taking place. And her explanation, I don't know, is kind of giving me needing more questions than answers. Because how do you not have custody of your child, and how are you not fighting to get custody back of your child? Something is off there. And then the whole explanation of the PPP loan, and that kind of felt as though, there were some circles around that. But then, also it feels as though, she's still not taking accountability in terms of the demise of her friendship with Mel. It's like she was more determined to expose sneaky things about Mel, but it's okay for her to play Run Tell That with Martell. It's okay for her to be friends with Tisha, knowing that Mel and Tisha have had their battles, that we've seen play out on camera for quite some time. And I don't feel like long-term Destiny and Tisha's friendship is going to work out. Anytime, and we've seen this time and time again on Real Housewives of Atlanta, anytime you are specifically friends with somebody because you mutually hate a person or you're pissed mutually with somebody, that never ends well, right? Because once you don't have that to talk about or, obsess over or bond over or whatever, once you take out that factor, there's nothing really left of the friendship, you guys. Right? It's a friendship of convenience, right? Because you guys do not like the same person, but outside of that, there's nothing of substance. So there's that. And I don't know if she was trying to infer with, like, the music thing and the book thing that, like, Mel was trying to copy her or something. Like, I have no idea. But nonetheless, nobody's preventing you from writing a book. Like, you still have your own story to tell. And from her own story, why didn't she reveal her own story on camera? Why is it she's kind of giving me like this, kind of how Marlo had started out on Real Housewives of Atlanta, where like she kind of came in as the person to kind of instigate stuff with everybody else, but we never knew anything about her. We never knew how she made her money. We never knew anything. And that's kind of what Destiny is giving me, because you already knew Martell because allegedly your father and his mom had went on a couple dates or what have you and went to rival high schools. So why wouldn't you introduce yourself to the show as telling us your real story? Instead, you came on the show hot, like you were balling out of control. You had this big house, you had this business, you had this, you had that. And that's the problem with some of these people on reality TV, is that they're so obsessed with already selling this image to the viewers on first impression that, yes, I'm a real housewife, I'm a boss, I got this, and that. And then when all of that comes crumbling down, then you're doing the most to keep up appearances. And it's like, we still don't see the child. She basically confirms that there's some sort of a gag order that LeBeric has on her to where she's not allowed to discuss him or details of what truly happened between them. And I remember, you guys, from the reunion that Carlos King specifically asked about this. He specifically asked if there was anything that was preventing Destiny from speaking about LeBeric, and she said no. And then there's rumors allegedly that Carlos King knew some of this information. So, again, like a previous video I literally just did about allegedly rumors potentially of Tisha stopping Kiki's bag before it even had an opportunity to start, with her revealing something, you know, to turn Melody and Martell off or prevent her from getting on the show and Tisha and Marceau getting on the show instead. Now we have a situation where Destiny has actually a really good life, you know, really good story that would have empathized with the viewers, that, you know, really would have brought in lots of fans of her. But instead, it's all about this beef with Mel that's draining the show. And this is what I mean about Carlos King, that he does to all these shows, right? These shows always start off great. We get to see a great dynamic of everybody in the cast and this and that. And then once it goes down the road where he starts to support the messiness over the authenticity of things, is when things start to go left. And that's where we are now, where Carlos King, you see, is publicly supporting Martell, is publicly supporting the side chick, even though allegedly Martell has a whole new girlfriend. And, you know, is supporting Destiny, is saying Phoenix Unhooked is the best reality TV mom ever. Completely ignoring the toxicity that comes with that, that's associated with that. And this is a very dangerous road, you guys. This is a very dangerous road to go down, like I said in a previous video, that if we are foregoing real storylines, that if we're only going to have Mel be the only cast member that is showing her true life, her real storyline, and everybody else is supposed to just play in the back seat and just talk about their beef with Mel, versus actually revealing their own life so we can feel connected with other people. At least Tiffany's giving us something this season, in terms of trying to, you know, go back to her roots and this and that with her family. But we're getting nothing from the other couples, you guys. All of it is, you know, here's what Mel said, and Kimmy's the bone collector, right? Or the bone carrier. And she tells the Scotts what Mel said to her. And then now with Kiki on, that's going to be like another situation to where it's going to have more of, you know, Tisha's family on the show. It's going to be more drama. They're going to try to see how much they can stretch out their drama. But I have a feeling it might be all for naught if we are never going to get the truth, right? If they're just giving us those previews for us to tune in, but we're still not going to get the true tea. But meanwhile, the Holtz, Melody, and Martell, we've had to endure every season all of their drama. Everyone else got to just sit back and support Martell, but nobody wants to tell their true tea. And so that's like, those are my takeaways from, you know, what Destiny has revealed, is that a lot of things was confirmed by Straight No Chaser, and Destiny basically said that somebody would have had to been from LeBaric's family or what have you, because they knew a lot of personal details and things of that nature. Also, that it's clear that the agenda is to go the complete messy route and only have people spill their tea if it's messy, right? But specifically only Melody is the only person that her tea has to be out front and center for everybody. And that has to be the scandal. Nobody else is allowed to tell their truth. And I don't like that, you guys. I do not like that, because Destiny would have way more fans if she came onto the show as her authentic self. But instead, she wanted to come on the show falling out of control. I got a bag. I can pay for this. I can do all this. I'm a boss, blah, 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 blah. And then really immediately after we meet LeBaric, they're already in divorce court. And I just left with more questions than answers, you guys. But this is pretty explosive, you know, in terms of where Carlos King is taking the show and how much Carlos King actually knows about these cast members, but is still having the show focus on Mel and focus on talking about Mel versus their true tea, which I have a problem with. Because now when Destiny is trying to say things about her life on camera, now it looks like she's trying to like reintroduce herself to us and is only doing this because she doesn't have Mel. But prior to that, we really had nothing from her. So, I don't know, you guys. Like, it kind of just makes me feel a certain type of way because I'm like, why now? Why are we going 4 seasons and we barely know most of the cast? But anytime it involves Melody and Martell, people have no problem, milking that and over milking it when there's no milk left to even milk from it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you guys think of some of the things Destiny revealed? Like I said, a lot of it was confirmed by the original Straight No Chaser. And then there were some other things that kind of had more questions than answers that she kind of danced around. And, and again, and I expected nothing less to, say certain things that was going to make people, validate their negativity and their negative thoughts about Mel. I'm not surprised. But her going into an alliance with Tisha, it's not going to end well. It's not going to end well long term. And that's just that. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.